Good health to all from Rexall. Yes, it's Sunday, time for the Bill Harris Alice Faye Show, presented by the makers of Rexall drug products and 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists.
Good evening. This is your Rexall family druggist, taking a little time from behind the prescription counter this Sunday evening to speak for all 10,000 of us. The 10,000 independent druggists who have added the word Rexall to our own store names. You can always tell us by the orange and blue Rexall sign on our windows. The sign means that we carry the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company. They range all the way from aspirin to penicillin, and they're as fine and pure and dependable as science can make them. We independent druggists recommend them to our customers because we know you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall. And now your Rexall family druggist brings you the Bill Harris Alice Faye Show, written by Ray Singer and Dick Chevrolet, with Elliot Lewis, Walter Tetley, Robert North, Janine Roos, Ann Whitfield, Walter Sharp and his music, yours truly, Bill Foreman, and starring Alice Faye and Phil Harris. Today is Father's Day, and in the Harris menage, Phil reigns supreme. This is his day to be king, and as we look in, he's taking advantage of it.
Daddy, we've been waiting on you hand and foot all morning, and I'm getting tired.
Please. Just keep my rocker going at a nice, steady clip. And Phyllis, you're getting negligent.
What's wrong, Maharaja?
My Turkish water pipe needs a refill. This is the life. One daughter rocking me, the other one tending my pipe, and look at me, loyal and faithful wife.
Oh, may I stop dancing now, Sultan?
Yeah, you can all stop. I'm ready now.
Ready for what?
You may all lay your gifts at my feet. Chop, chop. Let's go. I hope my loyal subjects have something worthy of their lord and master.
Oh, we have, Master. Just sit on that scale.
What for?
We're giving you your weight in ham hocks.
Alice, this is no time for a hickory smoke joke. Father's Day is a day of reverence. As I sit here and gaze upon my family, I can only think...
Oh, get out of that rocking chair, Father. You look like Whistler's mother. We've had everybody in the house waiting on you, including little Andy, and we're getting...
Oh, by the way, where is little Andy?
He's upstairs. Daddy, why is Andy living with us? Who is he?
Andy is the little French orphan who can't speak English and last week was sent to Frankie by mistake and is now living with us because Frankie can't adopt him until he gets married, and that ought to explain things to anybody who went to the beach last Sunday and didn't hear our program.
When is Uncle Frankie going to get married?
As soon as he finds a nice girl who's willing to become his wife. And with Uncle Frankie, that's going to take a long time. Now, look, girls, go upstairs and tell Andy to come down for his lunch.
Alice, you know, ever since Andy came into Frankie's life, he's been a changed man. You know, he's gone all out for that kid. You know, Andy only speaks French, so you know what Remley's been doing? He's been going to night school to learn the language.
Well, if I know Frankie, he'll give that up soon.
No, I don't think so, honey. He said he's crazy about the language, and besides, his French teacher's a cute brunette. He said she's got flashing black eyes and a smooth olive complexion, ruby red lips, and a figure that... Hey, Alice, as long as the kid's living with us, maybe I ought to take French lessons.
I'm sure that's just what you need, dear. He spells blood B-L-U-D, and he wants French lessons yet. So that's why Frankie's studying French, just because his teacher has a nice figure,
That's not so. He wants to learn the language for Andy's sake. He wants to be able to talk to the kid and... Coming! Oh, hiya, Frankie.
Buenas noches, senor, senorita. Hasta la vista, gracias.
Frankie, what are you doing? You go to night school to learn French, and you come in speaking German.
Bill, he's speaking Spanish.
What's the difference? They're both Asiatic countries. Remley, I thought you went to night school to learn French.
I did.
Well, what happened?
The Spanish teacher has a nicer shape. Well, where's my boy Andy? Can't wait to see him. This is the first Father's Day in which I've had an active part.
Oh, here comes Andy. And look, Frankie, he has a Father's Day present for you.
Bonjour, papa.
Hiya, son.
Papa, vous m'avez manqué beaucoup. Je suis chanté au revoir.
Ah, you're just saying that.
Andy, give your father the present you got for him.
And don't forget the little speech I taught you. You know.
Oui. Papa, happy Father's Day.
Hey, did you hear that? He said Happy Father's Day. He said as plain as anything. Oh, I'm so proud of you, boy. Here, have a cigar, son.
Well, don't stand there, Frankie. Open your present.
Oh, yeah. I think he bought me a present, too. I don't know what the... Oh, gee, look. It's a gift certificate for 10 guitar lessons. Guitar lessons? What are you, a little wise guy or something?
Now, don't blame him. I picked it out. I figured it was something you could use.
Oh. Should have known my boy wouldn't do that to me.
Papa, you like?
Sure. Listen to him talk English. Where did he learn it?
I've been teaching him. Sure. He knows more than that. Get a load of this, Remley. Hey, Andy, you think your papa and me are nice guys, don't you?
Oui. Ain't I?
Ain't I? What kind of English you teaching my son?
That's not what I taught him. He just made a mistake. Look, Andy, you don't say ain't I. I told you when you're referring to more than one person, you use the plural. Ain't yous.
That's better. I want my son to get a good education.
Oh, brother, with you two guiding Andy, he won't even be eligible for reform school.
Alice, please. With me as his tutor, that lad can't go amiss. I've even been teaching him arithmetic, too, Frankie. It was kind of tough because, well, he don't speak English, but I found a way. Hey, wait till you hear him add. Monsieur, listen closely. How much is ta and ta? That's French for how much is 2 and 2.
Merci beaucoup.
Now, come on, Andy. How much is 2 and 2?
Thank you, Trigger. What's the idea of teaching him to stomp it out like a horse?
That was very good, Andy. Here's your reward.
Oh, so that's what's been happening to all my lump sugar. Bill, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for teaching a little
Andy
boy.
and me were only kidding, Frankie. Look, I taught him to add the right way. Andy, how much is 2 and 2?
4.
And how much is 3 and 3?
6.
And what is 6 and 6?
Boxcars.
What are you teaching, little Andy? Son, it's a good thing you're coming to live with me tomorrow.
Oh, Frankie, he can't live with you. The authorities said you can't have him until you get married.
Alice, I have news for you. Tomorrow is my wedding day.
Oh, Frankie, that's wonderful.
Congratulations. Who's the lucky girl?
I don't know yet.
Frankie, how can you get married tomorrow if you don't even know who the girl is? Marriage is a serious thing. You have to use the utmost care in selecting a wife.
Oh, I know. I'm being very careful in selecting my future mate. The girl I marry must have charm, breeding, dignity, education. There's only one way to find a wife with all those qualifications, and I've taken the proper steps.
What'd you do?
I put an ad in the Police Gazette.
Frankie, you advertised for a wife in the Police Gazette?
If you like a girl who's well-traveled, you could put an ad in the Hobo News.
Don't be silly. I don't want a wife who'll run away every time she hears a train whistle.
Come on, Andy. I'll call the girls and we'll all have lunch together.
Lunch? Eh bien, merci beaucoup.
That's both cup, Andy. Kid don't even know his own language.
Hey, Frankie.
What?
Are you serious? Did you really put an ad in the paper for a wife?
Yeah, it's in this morning's paper. Here's a copy. I worded it very carefully.
Let me see that.
Help yourself.
Wife wanted by young, handsome, talented bachelor. All women who are interested in this bargain should apply early, as I expect a large crowd. Signed Phil Harris. Phil Harris! Frankie, what's the idea of signing my name to this ad?
I figure I get a better class of girls this way. Or will I? Curly, when the dames see this ad, I guarantee they'll be lined up all around the block.
But suppose Alice sees the ad.
She'll have to get in line with the rest of them.
Look, Remley, I don't want Alice to know about this. You got a lot of nerve signing my name and address to this ad. There'll be a million dames around here fighting to get at me, mobbing me, begging me to marry them.
What's wrong with that?
I went through it once, and I don't want to go through it again. Poor girls. They'll come here expecting to marry me, and they'll wind up with you. That's like ordering champagne and getting a short beer. With no head. Remley, what time will this ad appear in the paper?
The guy said the paper'd be on the stands at 11 o'clock. It's 11:30 now. They ought to start coming soon.
Oh, no. Well, look, Frankie, we got to prepare for this. You barricade the windows, and I'll reinforce the doors, and I'll call the riot squad. By high noon, my name will draw the biggest mob of women that you ever saw. You wait to see.
Hey, Curly, not a single girl has shown up yet.
Well, give them time. It's only 5 o'clock. Can't understand it. Can the Harris name be losing its tantalizing allure?
Guess you're slipping, Curly.
Yeah, and it's very embarrassing. I wouldn't feel so bad if just one young woman would show. Or an old woman. Or an old man. Or a Shetland pony.
Or an old Essex. Now, look, Curly, this is serious. If I don't find a wife by tomorrow, they'll take Andy away from me. Some guy from the Children's Welfare Society has been trying to get in touch with me all day, but I managed to dodge him.
Are you fellas going to sit in here all day? You've been here since 12 o'clock. What are you waiting for?
Oh, waiting. Yeah, we're waiting. Yeah, we're waiting for Guy Lombardo to come on the air. See, he's replacing us on the Rexall show for the summer.
But we still have 2 programs to do. Lombardo doesn't start till July 3rd.
I know, but he's out in his speedboat, and it'll take 2 weeks to catch him.
Hey, how are they going to stop him?
I'll get Carmen to stand on the shore and blow taps. Now be quiet and let the doorbell ring. Thank you.
I'll get it.
No, honey, I'd better get that.
Oh, now, never mind. You just sit there and rest, Father. This is your day. Oh, hello.
How do you do? Are you the party that advertised for a wife?
Did I? Oh, no, you must be looking for Frankie Remley.
Oh, no, that's not the name. The man who's looking for a wife is Phil Harris.
Oh, no. No, that's impossible. Look, miss, there's been a mistake. You can't marry Mr. Harris. You see, I'm Mrs. Harris, and he belongs to me.
You mean you won't let Phil marry me?
Of course not.
Oh, when it comes to giving up your sons, you mothers are all alike.
I am not his mother.
Hey, Alice, if that's for me,
Oh, you must be the lucky fella. I came in answer to the ad.
You? Hey, Curly, there's somebody here to see about your ad.
are you talking about? What do you mean, my ad? Oh, I see what you mean.
Say, which one of you two advertised for a wife?
He did.
Frankie, don't try to back out of this. Miss, this is the man who advertised, Mr. Remley, right here.
Oh, thank goodness. He's much better looking than the other one.
You think he's better looking than... Oh, Remley, don't get too close to this dame. I don't know what she's got, but it ain't good.
Well, mister, what do you think of me? That fit your qualifications for a wife?
Well, you see, lady, well, that is...
Look, don't keep me waiting. I got other advertisements, you know, to answer. Stop procrastinating. If you don't want me, just say you don't want to marry me.
Okay, I don't want to marry you.
Remley, you'd better marry her. She's the only one that showed up.
Do we all have to talk this way?
Well, what's gonna be? You don't want me, so I'll leave so.
So somebody's holding you back, maybe. Goodbye.
Wait a minute, lady. Hey, Remley, come here a minute, will you?
What do you want?
Don't you realize, look, she's the only dame that showed up, and if you want to keep Andy, you'll have to marry her. It's for Andy's sake.
Then let him marry her. No, he better not. He's too young for a shock like that. I guess I'll have to do it.
Good boy. Now, go on. Ask her to marry you.
Hey, lady, will you marry me? And remember, I won't take yes for an answer.
Frankie.
Don't worry, mister. If he stands on his head, he won't get a note from me. Now that you asked me to marry you, just sign here.
Sign? You mean I got to sign a contract?
You said it. When you look like me, you don't take a man's word for it.
All right, I'll sign it. Look, we're getting married tonight in Las Vegas.
Oh, how romantic. I'll go home right now and pack.
Yeah. And we're flying, so don't forget your broomstick. Oh, brother. I haven't seen a face like that since I stopped drinking Bach beer.
Frankie, maybe the girl isn't pretty, but she seems all right. You'll get accustomed to her, and who knows, you might even fall in love with her.
Alice, stop. You're making me nauseous. I could never fall in love with her.
Oh, that's what I said about Phil when I first met him. But I forced myself.
Alice.
Now look at me. I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a sweet little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I am in a conventional dither with a conventional star in my eye. And you will note there's a lump in my throat when I speak of that wonderful guy. I'm as tried and as gay as a daisy in May, a cliche coming true. I'm bromidic and bright as the moon, happy night pouring light on the dew.
She's as corny as Kansas in August, high as a flag on the 4th of July.
If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful guy.
She's as tried and as gay as a daisy in May, a cliche coming true. She's bromidic and bright as a moon, happy night pouring light on the blue.
I'm as corny as Kansas in August, high as a flag on the 4th of July. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful guy.
thinking about that dame. The way she looks. I can't go through with this marriage.
But you gotta. You signed a contract, remember?
Oh, Frankie, she may not look like much, but looks are only skin deep. Underneath, she's probably a very lovely person.
How can I be sure?
Skin her sometime and have a look. Frankie, there comes a time in every guy's life when he simply has...
Look, where's Francis? I have news. Oh, there you are, Francis. Wait till you hear what I have to tell you.
Well, if it isn't Blythe's spirit. This kid came up like thunder across the bay.
What do you want me, Willie?
The Children's Welfare Society has been trying to contact you all day.
Yeah, I know. I've been ducking them. What do they want?
They've been investigating, and they found out that Andy has an aunt and uncle in Chicago, and they're coming to take him home with them.
They can't do this to me. It's Father's Day. Little Andy gave me a present. If they take my son away, I'll have to give it back to him.
Frankie, I'm glad Andy has relatives. We'll all miss him, but it's much better this way.
Well, how about me? I made plans for the future. If they take Andy away, I'll be all alone.
No, you won't. You'll be married to that lovely sea lion.
Oh, no. I promised to marry that dame, and now there's no reason to. I got to get out of it.
I got news for you. It's going to be tough to get that contract back you signed.
Wait a minute. I got an idea. I didn't tell her about Andy. When she comes back, I'll tell her I got a son who's an awful brat and impossible to live with.
That ain't going to work. You got better sense than that.
What's the matter?
When she meets Andy, she'll see that he's a very sweet kid, and that's nowhere.
Yeah. If I only had a boy who was mean, and nasty, and obnoxious, and
Julia!
Fellas, I can see what you're up to, and I don't like it. I won't be a party to it.
Well, then we'll have to handle it alone. Curly, I'll call Julius and get him over here in a hurry.
Get on that phone.
And that's all I want you to do, Julius. And if you do it, I'll give you half of everything I've got.
You mean if I pretend I'm your son, you'll give me half of everything you got?
That's right, kid.
Gee, that'll make me independently broke. I want cash.
Julius, you'll get it. Hey, give me time. I'll see that you're paid well.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Here, I'll give you $10. Now, look, Julius, when she comes in, we want you to...
Oh, here she is. Get ready, Julius. Come in.
Here I am, Loza. Oh, I just can't wait for us to get married.
Yeah. But first, I want you to meet my... wait a minute. Who's the guy with you? Your father?
No, this is Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, this is my fiancé, Mr. Remley.
Hi.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here...
Look, lady, before we get married, there's something you ought to know.
Well, what's that?
I have a son.
A son?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Well, you know, I just love children.
Well,
Believe
you ain't
me,
gonna
I'm
love
so
this one.
excited.
Junior, this is your new mother.
This is a mother? Pop, I know you can't be choosy, but this is ridiculous.
Junior, don't be fresh. Your mother is very attractive. Look at that face. Look at that figure. Ah, is she a woman?
I was just about to ask you that same thing.
Junior, mind your manners. She may not be pretty, but she's different. You should be proud to be her son.
Yeah, you'll be the envy of all the kids in the neighborhood. You'll have the only mother with 5 o'clock shadow.
I don't believe anybody asked you for your 2 cents, Mr. Badinsky.
Lady, I don't think our marriage would work out. You see, my son doesn't seem to take to you.
He will. It'll take a little time, but after a while, I'll grow on him.
You couldn't grow on me if you used Vigoro.
See, he's warming up to me already. Would you like for me to kiss your son?
Keep away from me, lady. Stop snapping them saucer lips at my kissing.
He'd like to kiss you, but I don't think it's advisable.
Well, why not?
He hasn't had his distemper shots yet.
I can't understand why the boy doesn't like me.
Let me talk to him. Junior, what's wrong? Why do you find this repulsive woman so repulsive?
I don't like her looks. She's got a low forehead, a long nose, and a receding chin.
I do not have a receding chin.
Of course she doesn't. She just looks that way because she has a protruding face.
I never saw so many wise guys in one room. I don't like the attitude of any of you. I'm going to leave here before somebody insults me. I know when I'm not wanted, Mr. Remley, and you may consider our romantic interlude terminated.
You mean?
I no longer have any desire for you to plight my troth. Goodbye.
Oh, boy, it worked. Hey, Julius, you were wonderful. I'll never forget you for getting me out of this spot. You both heard her say she don't want to marry me.
Now, wait a minute, Remley. You'd better go after her. You didn't get that contract back, and as long as she has it, she can sue you for breach of promise.
I'll let her keep it. She can't sue me with that contract.
Why not?
Forgot to tell you, sign your name to it.
Oh, no. Now you've gone and troughed at my plight.
Alice and Phil will be back in just a moment. But first, here's your Rexall family druggist.
Last week, a proud mother was telling me how fast her boy ran in his school's recent track meet. She was buying a Rexall antiseptic at the moment, and I said to her, "Your boy might get a kick out of knowing that this antiseptic ran its race in darn good time, too."
An antiseptic in a race? What on earth do you mean?
Just what I said. This antiseptic has also had a grueling and important speed test.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, it's like this. In some drug preparations, antiseptics may have as little as 30 seconds to stop the growth of bacteria. So Rexall's men of science give them speed tests. A little of the antiseptic is placed in a test tube containing a culture of bacteria. Then, after 30 seconds, a sample is removed from the tube. This sample is then cultured and tested. If the antiseptic didn't stop all germ growth within those 30 seconds, it isn't good enough to wear the Rexall label.
Oh, wait until I tell my son this. He'll never let me buy any other kind.
Well, ma'am, he wouldn't be the first person nor the last who's come to have complete confidence in any drug product that wears the Rexall label. And 10,000 independent Rexall druggists feel exactly the same way. You see, we know that all of the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company get the same kind of uncompromising tests. And that's why in every store with the orange and blue Rexall sign on the window, there's a family druggist who will tell you you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall.
We're a little late, so good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
This is Bill Foreman wishing good health to all from Rexall.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.